Okay, so we're down here at the shooting range again, and today I'm gonna attempt to sight in my turkey gun. I've got a scope on it. So this is a Mossberg 935 turkey gun, turkey choke, all that kind of good stuff. We're going to start out with some 2 3/4 inch number 5s. I'm going to shoot a couple of those at about 10 yards and see if the scope is anywhere near if it's set anywhere near the middle of my pattern, and we're going to go from there. So keep watching, we'll see what happens. 10 yards right there. This will be the first shot through this gun. Very first shot. It's pretty close. Alright, so I'm at the 10-yard mark. And I just shot one shot. First shot that's ever been shot through this Mossberg 935 at my turkey target. What I'm doing is trying to see how close my scope is, and it was really close. The pattern was a little higher than where I had the scope on the target. There's a round circle on the turkey's neck, which is what I'm putting my crosshairs on. So I made a little adjustment to the elevation on the scope, and we're going to try this second shot out. Yeah, another dead turkey. Alright, so at 10 yards you can see we're dead center on him. That circle that I was aiming at was right here. So I'm a half inch above it. Here's where the wadding hit, right here. So I think the scope is centered up pretty good. So now we're going to back out and see what we do a little farther away. And that was the 2 3/4 inch number 5s. I'm going to back away to 20 yards, and we're going to try something. We're going to try a 3 inch. I believe they're number 5s too. Okay, so now we're at 20 yards. And I'm going to try these 3 inch Winchester number 4s. This is what I've been killing turkeys with out of my old Remington 1100, which is just a standard full choke. Been doing really well with them. So 20 yards, number 4. Again, another dead turkey. Okay, so as you can see, we hit a little high. We've still got a dead turkey on our hands. I think before I do anything else, I'll move out to 30 yards, because we definitely got a good dense pattern at 20. I mean, it's just, most of it's concentrated right here. It's just a little bit high, which is easy to fix. But I want to, I don't know, I think we'll drop it down just a little bit. Most of the birds that I'll be shooting, pretty close, more than likely. All right, on to 30 yards. All right, so now we're at 30 yards. We brought our point of impact down a little bit. And we're going to try this again with this again. This is the Winchester 3-inch number 4. At 30 yards, again, we have a dead turkey. So, as you can see, 30 yards, we've still got a really good pattern here. We got we got 33 pellets in the head and neck area. Right here, 30 yards with a 3-inch Magnum, number 4. Dead turkey. Okay, so we're still at 30 yards. Now we're going to try the Winchester 3.5-inch, number 5. Great day. That thing's got a wallop. So that was 30 yards with the 3.5-inch Winchester high velocity number 5 shot. Again, a dead turkey. 44 pellets in the head and neck area at 30 yards. 40 yards right there. $40 yards. I still think we got us a dead turkey. So at 40 yards, I'd have to have a new piece of paper to be able to really tell where my shot pattern is now. I mean, as far as if I could help myself by raising or lowering it a little bit. But it's still, there's still 23 pellets in the head and neck area. So, and that's at 40 yards with a 3.5-inch Winchester high velocity number 5. So, dead turkey every day. Okay, so now we're at 50 yards, shooting the same thing, the Winchester 3.5-inch number 5. I expect we're going to lose quite a bit at this extra 10 yards, 50 yards. That's a good poke with a shotgun. And there's nothing special about these shells. These are just Number 5. This is not your TSS shot or anything else. We'll try it in one day and we'll see how much difference it makes. So 50 yards. I could have been a little off on that. We'll see. Yeah, she spread out a good bit at 50. But I'll be honest, I think I pulled that shot a little bit. I'll try it one more time. Remember, I am shooting free-handed. I'm not braced up in any way, shape, or form. So at 50 yards, I'm pretty sure I pulled the shot a little bit. But we've still got we got 9, you could say 10, 11 pellets. In the head and neck area. So at 50 yards. We'll shoot that one more time and see if we can hold a little steadier and do a little better. I should have brought my tripod with me. See if we can't get a little steadier shot here at 50. Probably as good as it's going to do right there. Okay, so that's 50 yards on a sandbag, so should have been holding a little bit steadier, but it doesn't look like there's that many more shot in there. That's probably getting to the limits of what I would shoot with those shells, but that's 50 yards. It's pretty darn good. Let's see what we got. $17 shot in the head and neck area. Any of which would have killed him. 17 shots at 50 yards. So I don't know how that compares to what some people are shooting with their guns. But that's a Mossberg 935 turkey gun with the choke that came with it, shooting Winchester 3.5-inch Magnum number 5s. Nothing special about those shells. They do have a good wallop to them, I can tell you that. But at 30 yards and under, a 2 3/4-inch shell, as you saw, is more than enough to kill turkeys with, and that's just a regular old 2 3/4-inch number 5. And then the 3-inch number 4s, they were devastating too. So all right, folks, so there you have it. This is my new Mossberg 935 semi-automatic 12 gauge turkey gun. Now, this gun is supposed to have a 10 gauge bore, and then it chokes down to a 12-inch. And this has got the turkey choke that came with it. I forget how long this barrel is. I can't see it. I don't see anything on here. I forget exactly how long it is. That doesn't say. It doesn't say. So this is a True Glow turkey scope, turkey dot, whatever they call it. It's not a very expensive scope. I think I paid about $100 for the scope. $600 for the shotgun, $100 for the scope. And it came with the mounts. The gun itself came with the rail. So, but it was the only scope I could find that had the turkey reticle at the time. I think there's a couple out there now, but I couldn't find any when I bought it. And for turkey hunting, I think this is going to be fine. It's a good clear scope, and it's a 1:4 by whatever that is, 28 or 30 or 32. 1:4 by 24. So it's like I say, it's really clear. It's got a little circle in there for your turkey reticle. And so we started at 10 yards and we blew a hole this big into plywood. So at 10 and 20 yards, the wad was hitting the target. And I didn't do any adjustment on the scope prior to coming down here to shoot. I did look at it with the laser bore like in the last video. I've got one for the 12 gauge as well, and it was a little bit low and low and left on this one, just like it was on my other one, on the slug gun. So I didn't bother with it. It wasn't out much, and this being a shotgun, I knew, you know, you want to get as close to the center of your pattern as you can. And I could be off a little bit on that unless I was to change out my cardboard and have a completely new background each time so I could see exactly where my entire pattern is at. I can't do much better than what I just did. So, but I'm really happy with it. I think 50 yards and under, I don't think I've got any problem killing a turkey with these shells. And if I was to step it up and start shooting some of these high dollar TSS shells or something, it may do better. Then again, it might not. I'm not a big proponent of shooting $10 shotgun shells. I mean, they're expensive enough when you don't buy that. And there's been many millions of turkeys killed shooting 2 3/4 inch number 4s and number 5s and 6s. Whatever you like to shoot, whatever your gun shoots well. This gun seems to be shooting all of those 3 different shells that I shot really well, 50 yards and under. So that's as good as I need for the gun to do, I think. I don't see me making shots longer than that. I really don't see it. Most of the shots that I get hunting on this property are 15 and under. At 15 yards with this gun, I'm gonna have to be dead on him because I could miss him. As tight as it shoots at 10 and 15, 10 yards and 20 yards, I could miss the bird, and I don't want to be missing. So hopefully I can bring you a couple of turkey hunting videos here pretty soon. Hopefully they'll be successful hunts. I may try the bow for the first 2 or 3 days. It just depends. There's a couple of things that will control whether or not I hunt with a bow or not. But we'll see how that turns out. But I do want to try to clobber one with this new gun. I think it's going to be devastating when I put one upside his head. So I really appreciate you watching the videos. So please stay tuned, keep watching the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. And there you go.